Hello, Songbirds. This is Kerry Ho from the songbird.com. Welcome to episode 25 of the live stream. And today is a very special Songbird spotlight with singer-songwriter TARDY. You are absolutely going to love her. She's an absolute dream to hear to sing. You're going to love her songs and you're going to love her story. So let's see. How's everyone going? Hey, Izzy, how's it going? Hey, Darren, I can see... So, Darren, you wanted a front row seat. Well, you got it, okay? It's been a long day, has it? Well, I really hope that, this ends up, just being just a really great end to your long day. Well, really great to see everybody here. Now, before I introduce our special guest, I do want to make sure that you do know that I have a free mini course that I just created recently. It's called How to Sing in Mixed Voice and Stop Cracking, Flipping and Straining. It's actually a 4-video lesson series. You're going to love it. It's going to really get you a really great start on how to sing in mixed voice, and you can actually sign up for it and get it completely free at the link that's coming up in the bottom and also in the description box. All right, guys, I hope you're ready to be inspired because we are about to welcome my very special guest. So before I reveal her, I do want to tell you a little bit about how we met. So Tati is actually one of my singing students, and we met probably about 5 years ago, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. And at that time, she was living in America. So she is an Australian girl, but she was living in America. And her manager at the time actually contacted me. And he said, look, I'm looking for a good vocal coach for one of my artists. Would you be interested in coaching her? So they were in America. I was in Australia. So the first time I actually knew about Tardy was, she wasn't even in the country. And then a couple of weeks later, she flew back home and I got to meet her in person and we got to work together. And it's been such an amazing journey for me to see her grow and flourish. She is the most talented songwriter, gorgeous singer, beautiful piano player, and just all-round beautiful, gorgeous human being. So guys, Songbirds, can you please put your hands together? Okay, and welcome, Tati. Here we go. Hey, Tati, how you going?
Good. That was such a nice introduction.
Oh, wow. It's just been the most incredible pleasure to have met you and to have worked with you, Tati.
All mine. The pleasure is all mine.
Oh, yay. So, hey, Tati, we'd love to hear a bit more about your story, how you've sort of been doing what you're doing, as a singer, as a songwriter, as a piano player. And of course, we want to hear you perform your songs because your songs are just, honestly, I am a big fan, okay?
Oh,
and I'm not just saying that because I'm your coach. I literally really, really love your songs, and I just believe that the Songbirds here will also really love you as well. Now, we've actually got some... Oh, okay. So we've got Ginger from Canada saying hello and it's cold. Well, I hope, don't worry, that this interview and the songs that we're going to hear is going to really warm you up. Izzy's saying hello to you. Darren is saying hello to you. And Susan loves my earrings. Awesome.
So good.
All right. Hey, so Tardy, tell us, was music a big part of your life growing up? Like, what did it look like for you in your childhood and in early life in terms of music and stuff? Or was it something you picked up later?
No, I knew from the minute I could basically speak that I wanted to sing. I started writing songs when I was about 5 or 6. And
seriously?
I would force my sisters to perform them and they'd be like, no, you've ripped this off. There's an Australian TV show, children's TV show called Play School, and my sisters would be like, you've just ripped this off Play School. It's kind of like Sesame Street, it's like, and then there was this song I wrote called The Big Red Bicycle, and my sister was like, you've just ripped this off. And now she says, okay, you wrote it, I get it. Because I just started becoming obsessed with music. I listened to heaps of pop music, especially to learn how to write songs just as a kid. I don't know, I just always knew that was what I was here to do, I think.
Yeah, so good. Yeah. So good. Yep, love that so much. I can't believe you started writing songs from such a young age. That is you. So you're basically a prodigy.
They were very basic. They were very basic. There was no piano going on. There was just literally, it was just a it was very basic. Let's
Yeah,
just leave it
sure,
at that. It
sure,
was
sure.
very easy, a couple of lines.
Okay, but you know what? We all start somewhere.
Exactly.
So now tell me, like I explained to the Songbirds before, we met when you were actually in America. I mean, in terms of
Yes.
me getting to know
Yes.
you as an artist, it was actually through your manager. You know, you
Yep.
didn't even reach out to me yourself. He reached out to me,
I know.
looking for a coach for you. So
What a
tell
diva.
me, how did you end up in America? What
Yeah.
what actually happened there, and how has that affected your songwriting and singing journey?
Yeah, so it was, oh gosh, it was 2009 or 2010 that I got an email from a man in America who was a manager, and he had seen some of my videos on YouTube, and he was really
Yeah.
interested in talking to me about management. And I can't even remember how many videos I'd put up, maybe one or two, of me
Wow. The
singing
power of YouTube.
well, exactly. And I was just singing some songs that I think I'd written. Yeah. And so anyway, so we got to kind of Skype in and talking. And then I went over in 2010. I went to, oh, sorry, my dog. My dog's
So
just come
good.
up to say hello. He's being
Hello.
very weird. Yeah. So in 2010, I went to America. I traveled there, and I played at this showcase, I guess. And there
Wow.
was a manager there or someone in the industry who said, "Stay." Um, like keep her in America. Let's do some more work together. So that's why I stayed longer. That
Right.
that was a 3 week trip, and I ended up staying for about 5 months. Um,
Yes.
so that was fun. And then I
Yeah.
just went back and forth for like 4 years, and I would have met you at the end of that,
Right.
probably in 2014, I'd say. So it's actually been 6 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Time just
And it
flies,
was
right?
and look, it was amazing. I had and I still speak to my old manager now, and yeah, he's still we still talk about music, and it just
Yeah.
wasn't. I ended up moving back to America, back to Australia, back to Melbourne because I just wanted to be closer to family and to
Yeah.
continue to pursue music here. Yeah,
Yes. Fair
yeah.
enough. Well, so give us a little bit of a snapshot of, I guess what it was like, being an artist in America, because I would imagine, I mean, it's a big place with many
Mm.
talented people. I mean, what were the challenges? Did you feel like you were sort of in competition with lots of people? Like, yeah, just tell us a little bit about what those 4 years was like, Tardy.
I would say, yeah, it was amazing. I think Americans are so supportive of the entertainment industry.
Oh,
They are
great.
so kind. And I found like anytime I sang somewhere um, I spoke about being a singer songwriter, they were so interested and so supportive. No, and they hadn't even heard me sing. And so, so who knows? Like they didn't even know whether I was good at it or anything. And
Right.
they just have a real keen interest in the arts, which is in
Yeah.
Australia as well, but it's not as common. Like
Wow.
amongst certain communities in Australia, there's a lot. Australians are very interested in music and arts, but I think because America's so much bigger, the
Sure.
entertainment industry is so much
Yes.
bigger. But I didn't
Yes.
feel like competition. I more felt like camaraderie. Like there was so many artists I
Amazing.
met that I really gelled with, and that wanted
Yeah.
to support. And everyone wants to support each other. Kind of like in Australia, it's a very small music industry, and people are so supportive of each other. So
Good.
it wasn't that different, it was just bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And so was your days filled with, recording, songwriting, playing gigs? Like what did it look like?
Yeah, so, I did a lot of recording in New York. I
Yep.
was actually based in Cleveland, Ohio, because that's where my manager was based, but we would travel to New
Mm.
York because it's
Yep.
only like a 2 hour it's like an hour flight. So we would
Sure.
go to New York a lot, which was really good because yeah, I just recorded in this really great recording studio, and we did some
Wow.
gigs, and we just do and because there's so many piano bars there, you can just show up and sing.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
really cool. And
fantastic.
so I got to do all that. Yeah, and that was great. I mean, I think throwing yourself into as many performance opportunities as possible is really
Yes.
imperative and really
Yes.
important in developing your performance skills, because you have to be able to sit there and go, okay, I'm on. I'm going to play
Yes.
now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. And not sort of
Need to-
overthink it and whatever and be confident. Well,
Yeah.
hey, I think that's a really great segue to actually hear you sing a song. What do you reckon, Tardy? Are
Yes,
you ready to
I'm
to
ready.
show off your skills
I'm
and
ready.
just, well, you know what I mean.
I don't know if it's a show
I'm
off
just super proud
situation.
of you. So of course I'm going to speak like
You're
that. But
so sweet. Oh my gosh.
all right,
Yes.
well, I'll leave it over to you. Do feel free to tell us a bit about the song as well, and
Yep.
take it away. Take it
So
away.
this is
Everybody,
my-
give Tardy a round of applause.
Woo! This is my latest single. It's called Odd Socks. I thought it was a great time. Obviously, with the pandemic, I don't know where everyone in the world is standing with the pandemic in their country, but I was due to release this song in March, and when we went into lockdown, I thought, oh, let's put it off. And my manager and I here, we just kept thinking, okay, let's keep putting it off, and we kept putting it off. And then in September, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to release music. Like, I'm not going to stop. So, people are still at home listening to music. So we need to keep releasing music for people, no matter where they are in the world. So I've released this song, Odd Socks, and I just couldn't find a pair of matching socks when I wrote this song. I always have odd socks, no matter how many pairs of socks I make. I buy, and I just can never find the right pair. So I wrote this song, but it's also a little bit about being in your head and striving for perfection, and just that you can have odd thoughts and all these things, but it's about breaking free of that, and that everything doesn't have to be perfect. So I think that's my message from the song. Anyway, I'm going to play it. This is Odd Socks. Odd socks on my feet, and I've got 2 wounds on my heart, and I will not get over you this way, but I need to get over you today. Odd socks on my feet, and I've got odd thoughts in my mind, and help me to get over you some way, 'cause I need to get over you today. So come on, let go of the chase. Feel the freedom pulsing through your veins. Come and leave your shoes at the door. I don't need your mess upon my floor. Odd socks on my feet, and I've got odd thoughts in my mind, and help me to get over you some way, 'cause I need to get over you today. So come on, let go of the chase. Feel the freedom pulsing through your veins. Come and leave your shoes at the door. I don't need your mess upon my floor. Ooh, 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 da, 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 da. Come on, let go of the chase. Feel the freedom pulsing through your veins. Come and leave your shoes at the door. I don't need your mess upon my floor. Hey, feel the freedom pulsing through your veins. Can't believe your shoes at the door. I don't need your mess upon my floor. Hot socks on my feet.
Yeah, everybody. Woo!
Sorry, I think I
a-
distorted the microphone a little bit.
No, it's all good. Hey,
So good.
what a great song. What a great song.
Thank
And I just
you.
love how you use metaphor, I guess, to
Yeah.
communicate an idea. So
Thank
you
you.
mentioned before that this song is about, I guess, letting go of perfection, right?
Yeah,
And it's kind of like
constant,
breaking up with
it's-
perfection.
Yeah, striving, like let go of the chase. You know, I think
Yeah.
as humans we just chase whatever it is. You know, the next thing, the next big thing,
Yeah.
and it's so liberating when you just let go.
Oh, love it. Love it. Now, Izzy's
And
agreeing
that's
with you.
and that's
she's
so
like,
good for singing as well. Like I've learned the art of letting go with my singing.
yes.
And Kerry can tell me this, can attest to this. I used to really push and force.
Well, look, say a bit more about that, Tardy. Would love to hear a bit more about your perspective on that. And
Yeah.
before you just letting you know, Izzy's like, wow, like just really loved your
Oh,
song
that
just
is
now.
so
Darren's like,
gorgeous.
yeah,
Oh, Darren, yeah.
nice. You know, everyone's
I hope
really
I cheered up your day, Darren. Your long day.
and Susan's giving you a little bit of a cheer as well. Go Tardy. Woohoo! All right. So Tardy, tell us, just say a little bit more about that. I actually wanted to ask you about that. So letting go of perfectionism when it comes to your singing journey.
Yep,
Tell us a
huge.
bit more about that. Tell us a bit more about your vocal development journey, and just what you were just talking about there.
Yeah, so I used to be very much, and still am, still have to stop myself. Even then, I was like, let go, just let go in my head. And and it's hard when you're performing, obviously, because sometimes I mean, I wasn't too nervous then, but sometimes you're in front of a lot of people and the fight of like the adrenaline makes you want to, makes you want to push. But with singing, you've got to let go for the sound to come out more, and let go of perfectionism, because some of the best singers I know, you know what, sometimes they do a bung note, but I just love them. I don't care if the performance is powerful and the emotion is powerful and you are captivated by the performer and you're in the song and you're in the essence of the song. The perfection of the singing has to be second to the emotion of the song. And I think sometimes we get very technical or very critical, and we listen to ourselves too much, and that's something that is still a habit that I'm dealing with and trying to let go of. So letting go is very powerful. I think letting go in all areas of my life, stop the chase, stop the striving, especially with my music career. Sometimes I felt frustrated, and when you kind of receive no, a couple times in a row, you think, oh, why should I be doing this? What's going on? But you've got to believe in yourself. There's something in me that just knows. It's just like, nah, keep going. Who cares?
Good on you.
and just go be perfect. Have fun. I think that's what I'm learning to do after, many years of going, I must be serious, must practice, must do this. Everything was very regimented, and it takes the fun out of it. So you've just got to be
totally. We've got
this
to
is
get
all
back
about
to
going with the flow.
Yeah, and we've got to get back to the reason why we actually do singing and songwriting and music is because we love it. It's so much fun.
Because we love it and it's fun.
Exactly. So, Tardy, I'm really curious for you to share with the Songbirds, your actual journey. I mean, you talked about the fact that you also learned to let go in terms of your actual aspirations of making it, I guess, for lack of a better word, making it. So after the 4 years you spent going back and forth to New York and LA or wherever and back to Australia, what happened after that when you decided that you wanted to continue pursuing your music but in Australia? What did that life then look like for you?
Yeah, it looked like going and getting a full-time job in something that I necessarily didn't want, like a full-time job at a school that I actually used to go to, which was great because it gave me it was a great school, and now I have a part-time job in a school as well. Like I'm still working other jobs around my music, and I'm happier than ever before. All the jobs I've done, it's not about sitting there and saying, I'm only going to do music. You have to have other places in your life or other points in your life where you know, you find joy as well. And I think
Yes.
I've found, joy in like simple things like hanging out with my dogs and, and, and we've been in lockdown for a long time in Melbourne. And
Yeah.
I think I've felt more gratitude and more joy than I have when I'm rushing around.
Oh, wow.
Much to the
That's powerful.
contrary of everyone's kind of, or what's reported in the media of it being so terrible. Like I've actually found, tried to look for positives. And when you look for
Yes.
positives, you find them. And I guess when I came back from America, I felt like, did I just waste 4 years of my life? And then I was like, no, this is all worth it. This was all
Mm.
part of my journey. And then I actually was singing. So my name is Tash Anderson, and I was singing under Tash Anderson in America. And I came
Yep.
back, and my nickname is actually Tardy, and always has been. Don't ask me why.
Right.
My parents made it up when I was little,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
and I thought someone said to me, "Why don't you start releasing music as Tardy, and just
Yes.
start over, like but in
Yeah.
Australia and do it." And so I
Yes.
did. And in 2017, I released an EP, which I'm
Yeah.
really proud of 5 songs. I worked with a great producer called Lee Bradshaw, still friends with him today. I've met these amazing people in the music industry in Australia. They're
Yeah.
so supportive. There's so much support
Mm.
here. And but I've continued to work on my craft. I
Yes.
met my manager last December, Clive Young, who has been instrumental with me. He produced Odd Socks, and that's how we
Yes.
met.
Yep.
Um, but he's also a manager and can manage people, and so he's taken me on as an artist, and he pushes my boundaries because obviously I used to release songs that were just piano vocal, and now he's given me a new kind of dream pop electro vibe to my songs, and I love it.
Yep.
So I just
Yep.
go with the flow. Like the old me would
Yep.
have said, no, I'm this artist or
Right.
I'm in this genre. But
Yep.
now I'm releasing music and I've got such good music ready to release, which I'm going to release every 2 or 3 months now.
Oh, can't wait,
Yeah.
Tardy.
So
Can't wait.
anyway, so I guess that's what
Yeah.
I've been doing. I've been just
Yeah.
living life and making music and
I
performing
love
here.
that. You
Yeah.
know what I love about what you said, Tardy, is that, because sometimes as singers, we have this preconceived idea of what a successful singing career looks like. And for
Yeah.
whatever reason, we think it has to look like the
Yep.
celebrities, like the household names,
Yep.
that if I haven't made it like Beyonce or Michael Jackson or whatever, then I'm not really being a professional artist. And it's just so not true,
Yeah.
There's
That's
many
so
ways
true.
of doing what we love. And for you found your rhythm in being able to have a grounding in a job that financially helps you be secure,
Yep.
that can then fund your dreams of
Yep.
doing your singing and everything like that, right? And
Exactly. That's what it's
you're
done.
living the
Yeah.
dream. Like I love that. I really want to encourage songbirds that are watching this. Don't put yourself in a box where being an artist only looks like being like super duper famous and household name. You,
Yep.
you can actually still make quite a decent living being an artist, doing all sorts of different things. You
Yep.
might have a side job. You might be teaching music as well. You
Yep.
might be and then also at the same time making music, creating music, recording, doing gigs, selling the tickets and the merch and all of that as well. But a creative life is usually encapsulates so much. It's
So
not
much.
just one thing.
Yep. And I will
Yeah.
say, like on the theme of letting go, like let go of only being one type of artist. Like
Yes.
let go. I know we're in an industry where people say, what genre are you? Like where would you
Yeah.
fit? And it's
Yeah.
like I have got to the point where I'm like, I don't care. Like I'm just me. I'm just Tardy.
Yes.
Like my music, it's
Love it.
just Tardy. That's it.
That's right. And we're always evolving. That's the thing. As
Yeah.
people, we don't stay the same. So,
No.
hey, Tardy, I think it's a good time for you to share another song. What do you reckon?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right, over to you.
Okay, so this is actually a brand new song that no one's heard except for you guys. So this is a piano vocal version. Obviously the produced version is a bit different, but this is going to possibly be my next single. So it'll be out before the end of the year. And this is called The Imaginary. And I wrote this during lockdown, our first lockdown. We're in our second one in Melbourne. We're coming out of it, which is great news. And in our first lockdown, I thought because the press and everything was getting really kind of about the pandemic, it was really sensational and scary, and so I started going to my imagination a lot and using my imagination like a kid would use their imagination when they're uncomfortable, and I found it really reassuring. And this song is called The Imaginary. Kiss me and tell me you're a thief who has stolen hearts and left a trail of grief. And I live in a world of disbelief, and I am feeding myself a different narrative. 'Cause everything I wanted was so momentary, and everything I needed was real and so scary. And everything I loved felt necessary. I'll be waiting here in the imaginary for blue skies and sunshine on my face, mistaken feelings, broken and displaced, blocking out the shadows as they formed. And it is easy now to see that I was warned, 'cause everything I wanted was so momentary, and everything I needed felt so real and so scary, and everyone I loved felt necessary. I'll be waiting here in the imaginary. Oh, oh, 'cause everything I wanted was so momentary, and everything I needed was real and so scary. Everything I love felt necessary. I'll be waiting here in the imaginary.
Oh, thank you so much, Tardy. That's so cool. And thank you for giving us such a special preview
That's
of a song that
okay.
no one's heard, like what
No
a
one's heard it.
privilege. Thank you. Now, we have a question from one of the live streamers.
Yeah,
Ferris
great.
Moss is asking you, how do you actually deal with stress in general? I can never seem to physically relax enough to sing because of stress. Do you have any
I know what that's
advice for
like.
Ferris Moss?
Yeah, so I do a lot of muscle relaxation, and this is just from like reading up on anxiety in general and stress. When we're stressed, our muscles tense. And Kerry would say this a lot about singing, right? Tension absorbs sound.
Yeah.
But even just in everyday life, sometimes we're sitting at traffic and we're tensing or gritting our jaw, or we're just tensing. And I think when you become aware of that, you just relax and you say, let go. I think letting go, and your body eventually learns to just relax the muscles. Now, I'm not saying I'm always perfectly, relaxed, but I think dealing with stress, I would say also exercise is really helpful, getting outside and walking. Like during lockdown, I've done so much walking because I've got dogs and they are the fittest they've ever been. But yeah, I know what it's like to physically relax. And you've got to remember that in your brain also, as you've said, if you're saying, oh, I'm so tense, I can't sing, your brain kind of remembers that. And so when you go to sing, it grabs or it goes, okay, this is what we do when we sing. And that's natural. That's how your brain lays down habits and behaviors. And that's just how neural pathways work. But if you think of singing as relaxing or singing as easy, high notes easy, singing like just relaxing your muscles, I think muscle relaxation is huge. And it will make you feel more present and more it will make you feel also more present and calm in your everyday life.
Absolutely.
So
Great
I think
advice.
that, I don't know whether it works for anyone else, but it really, really has helped me.
No, absolutely great advice. I mean, and what you shared there is actually quite grounded in science anyway, in terms of the power of the way we think affecting the way we actually sing and really show up in life. So thanks for that, Tardy. Ferris Moss,
So
I
just
hope that you
relax,
found that
but it's
encouraging.
but don't feel like, oh my God, this is only happening to me. It happens to everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
people.
Tardy, can you give us some tips on, I guess, just songwriting process? I'd love to just, like if I was just, if someone out here is just starting out with their songwriting, or maybe they're already a songwriter, but they're just sort of wanting to get some tips. Any tips you want to share with us?
Yeah. So I guess a good tip is to just, if you play an instrument, that's great because you can literally just sit at the piano or sit with your guitar and just play chords that you think sound cool together. And then over the top of that, think of a melody. Now, sometimes with odd socks, I was getting a pair of odd socks to put on for like the 100th day in a row. And I thought, odd socks on my feet. And I just had that line. And I was like, odd socks on my feet. And then from there, I went to the piano and worked out, and the rest of it kind of came. I would just be open to just experiment with different things. I'm not saying, sometimes I play my manager a song and he says, oh, it can be better. And then, and you can feel like really, oh no, but you just, you got to take credit, like that's constructive criticism.
Yeah.
So but I guess writing a song, there's verse 1, chorus, verse 2, chorus, bridge, often chorus, couple of choruses at the end. That's the kind of format that a lot of pop songs follow. You don't have to always follow that, but that's what I think listening to a lot of music and seeing how that music, the modern day music, is structured. If you're wanting to release songs in the modern world, I wasn't really listening to a lot of pop music, and then I listened to a lot of pop music recently, and I'm like, oh, that's what they're doing. Okay, I want to sound modern. But I would say, so tips, just listen to lots of different sounds. I take a lot of stuff on board subconsciously when I listen to my favorite artists. And I then kind of duplicate that in my own songs, but not with copying, but just an influence here and there.
Yes. Love it. So be inspired by what others are doing, be open. And yeah, I love it. I love
And
it.
play around, and
Play. I
just
think,
sing melodies, sing different.
yeah.
Like we all are vessels, you know, waiting for a new song to come through us. So
Oh, I love it.
it's just So that's what we are. I heard an artist the other day saying that the songs fall from the sky for them. I loved that. Like they're in the
I love
clouds and they
that. I
just
love what you
fall.
just said about being a vessel, you know,
Yeah,
and
we're vessels.
and
Yeah,
I love that.
channels.
And even if we don't write songs, even if we just sing songs, you know,
Yeah,
we are
you're still a
we're
vessel.
vessels. Yes,
Yeah.
we're vessels to bring joy and
Yep.
hope and faith
Yep.
into the world through music, whether it's our own songs or singing other people's songs. It doesn't matter, but we are vessels.
Exactly.
So I love that. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing that
That's
thought.
okay.
Now, Tardy, I would love for you to share one more song with us. Is
One more
that cool?
song. Yeah, sure. I was wondering whether
Awesome.
we'd
Take it
run
away.
out of time because I've babbled along. Okay, so this song is called Missing Hearts. It's actually already released. I released it in 2018, so 2 years ago. This is about a friend of mine who was basically in love with her best friend, and he was in love with her, but they could never get themselves together, and it was really frustrating me. So I just wrote a song about them. Anyway, they're still not together to this day. Swerving around each other's timelines, and I kept an image of you in the back of my mind. And that's so like us, it's always been complicated. That's so like us, 1 minute I'm free and you're taken. We're two missing hearts, living life 1 beat apart. We're two missing hearts. You will stop and I will start. Two missing hearts, living life 1 beat apart. Two missing hearts. I'll always want you in the dark. I fought with so many of my ex-boyfriends over you. They could always see how we'd stare at each other from across the room. And that's so like us, it's always been complicated. That's so like us, 1 door closes and we're faded. We're two missing hearts, living life 1 beat apart. We're two missing hearts. You will stop and I will start. Two missing hearts, living life 1 beat apart. Two missing hearts. I'll always want you in the dark. That's so like us, it's always been complicated. That's so like us, 1 minute you're gone and we're faded. We're two missing hearts, living life 1 beat apart. We're two missing hearts. You will stop and I will start. Two missing hearts, living life 1 beat apart. Oh, two missing hearts. I'll always want you in the dark. When you're gonna look me in the eye and say, let's give it a try. We may be friends, but why do we still have to pretend? When you're gonna look me in the eye and say, let's give it a try. We may be friends, but why do we still have to pretend? That's so like us, it's always been complicated. That's so like us, one wrong move and we're faded.
Oh, what a great song. I swear, I told you guys that Tardy just writes the best songs.
Thank you.
Waveland from India is actually agreeing with me. She's
Oh,
saying you're a
great
treat
be
to the
here.
ear.
That's so
Darren is
nice.
absolutely agreeing. Ferris Moss is saying thank
Aw.
you to you. And Darren again, oh boy, this is amazing. So, hey,
Oh,
it's been incredible having you, Tardy. And
thank
Izzy's
you.
also saying how great. Ah! So, everyone's pretty excited. That's awesome. Now, guys,
Woo.
if you've loved Tardy's music, which I'm sure you have, all of her links are actually in the description box. But make sure you stream or download the song Odd Socks. The link is just down below. That's her new song, which is out now. And you can also click on the link in the description box below. You can follow Tardy on Instagram. Then you'll know exactly when she's releasing new music and, see the amazing little videos and things like that she puts up on her Instagram. And then in the description box is also all of her other links. So you can go check out her website. You can check out her music on Spotify and Bandcamp and so on and so forth. So make sure, guys, that you do go ahead and check out stuff, support her. You've been incredible, Tardy. Just like
Thank you.
you're taking out the time to share with us. It's been absolutely incredible. We have absolutely loved having you. And Ferris Moss loves your hair.
Thank you. People in America used to tug on my hair and say, "Is this a weave? Is it a wig?"
And you're like, no, it's real.
No, it's real. Thank you so
good.
much. Thanks for
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Tardy. Look, Songbirds, don't go anywhere. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about next week, but we're going to say goodbye to Tardy now. Thank you so much again for joining us, Tardy. It's been an absolute treat and an absolute pleasure. And
thanks, guys.
I'm so proud of you. It's such a privilege and honor for me to be your coach, and I've loved seeing you grow and flourish. So thank you so much for sharing your gift with us today.
Thank you for all your guidance and support, and amazing coaching.
Yay! I guess it's a mutual appreciation society.
Yes, definitely.
All right. See you, Tardy. Have an amazing day.
Bye, guys.
Hey everyone, I really hope you enjoyed that. I'm sure that you have. Now let me tell you a little bit about next week. So next week on the live stream is all about breathing for singers. Now, breathing is just like one of those crucial subjects, just like petrol is fuel to a car. Your breath is fuel to your vocal folds. So you do not want to miss this one. I'm going to be sharing some amazing tips on effective breath management and breath usage for singers. That's going to really supercharge your singing. So join me next Monday, the 12th of October, 7 p.m. EDT, which is 10 a.m. on the 13th of October on Tuesday, AEDT. The link is down low so that you can actually click on it and set yourself a reminder and, of course, to join live on the actual day. Another reminder that I do have a free mini course that you're going to absolutely love, how to sing in mixed voice and stop cracking, flipping and straining. You can sign up to get it at the link that's showing up in the bottom, but also in the description box. Once again, Songbirds, it has been the most absolute fun being with you today. And it's been so great to have Tardy as well with us. I cannot wait to see you next week. Remember that I am always believing in you. I am here to help you transform your voice, build confidence, and to shine on stage and in life. I'll see you next week, everybody.